Hello students, welcome to the sixth lecture on the lecture series on ratio and proportions. Previously, we have discussed some previous year questions and in this lecture, we will continue to do so. So let's proceed with this lecture. So in this lecture, this is the sixth lecture, we will be covering previous year questions. So let's see problem number 1. So the ratio of income of A, B is 1:2 and that of their expenditure is 2:3. So if 80% of B's expenditure is equal to the income of A, okay, 80% of B's expenditure is equal to income of A, then what is the ratio of savings of A and B? Let's first remember the formula for savings. So savings is equal to income minus expenditure. Okay, so this is the formula for savings. So let's figure out which among these four options is the correct one. Is it 7:3, 2:9, 3:7 or 9:2? Okay, so let's see. So this question has actually been appeared in 2020-21 SSC MTS exam. Okay, so in terms of relevance, it is very relevant for various competitive exams. So let's proceed with question number 1 and take its solution. So let the income of A be X. So income of B is 2X. Okay, because the ratio of income is something like this, 1:2 for A and B respectively. Okay, so let the expenditure of A is equal to 2Y. So expenditure of B is equal to 3Y by this ratio, right? So we are given that 80% of B's expenditure is equal to income of A. So 80% of B's expenditure is what? 80 by 100 into 3Y, right? So is equal to X, that is income of A. So this implies solving this, we arrive at a what? We arrive at a 12y minus 5x is equal to 0. Linear equation in two variable, that is x and y. So income of A is equal to 12, then income of B is equal to 24. So expenditure of A is equal to 10, expenditure of B is equal to 15. So savings ratio will be what? 12 minus 10 is to 24 minus 15, that is 2:9. So 2:9 is the correct answer here. So 2:9. Okay. Be careful here. There is also an option 9:2. So since it has asked for the saving ratio of the savings of A and B, this is the correct answer. So this is the wrong answer. This one is wrong. This one is wrong. Okay. So let's proceed with the question number 2 or problem number 2. So a person was standing on a road near a mall. Okay. So a person was standing on a road. Okay. So person was standing right here near a mall. Okay. Here is the mall. Okay. So he was 1425 meter away from the mall. So this distance is 1425, right? Okay. So in between him and the mall, there was exactly in between him and the mall was exactly in the line of sight with the top of the mall. Okay. So there was a tree. So top of a tree which is in between. So there is a tree. Here is a tree. Okay. So this is in the line of sight for the top of mall and the eye of that viewer. Okay. So here in such a way that exactly in the tree height is 10 meters. So this height is 10 meters. Okay. And it is 30 meter away from him. So this distance is 30 meter. Okay. So how tall is the mole? This is the question. So this question has appeared in SSC Sub Inspector 2020-21 exam. So is it 475, 425, 525 or 300? Let's figure it out. So the diagram will be something like this. So we arrive at a right angle triangle. Okay. So here is the head of that person, right? And this is the tree. Okay. Tree 10 meter long and this is the mall height. So this distance is 1425. This distance is 30. This is 10 and this is h. So 10 by 30 is equal to h by 1425, right? Using triangle ratio formula. So this is equal to what? 30h is equal to 14,250, right? So this implies that h is equal to 14,250 by 30. That is equal to actually 475 meter. Okay, so 475 meter is the correct answer. So the height of the mall is equal to 475 meter. Okay, so the answer will be 475 meter. So all the other options are correct, incorrect. This is the only correct answer. These are all incorrect. So problem number 3, that is 7 years ago, the ratio of the ages of A and B was 4:5. So after 8 years, hence the ratio of ages of A and B will be 9:10. So what is the sum of their present ages in year? Okay, so 7 years ago, A and B was 4 and 5. The ratio between the ages of A and B was 4:5. So let the present age of A and B be X and Y. So for A, let it be X, and for B, let it be Y. So 7 years ago, what will be their ratio? Their ratio was 4/5, right? So from this assumption, what it will be? So x minus 7 by y minus 7. So we arrive at what? 4y minus 28 is equal to 5x minus 35. So this implies that 4y minus 5x is equal to, but this is 7, so 7. Equation 1. So let's use the second part of the word problem to evaluate another algebraic equation so that we could solve the system of linear equation to arrive at a solution for x and y individually, hence finding out the present age of A and B respectively. Okay, so we have found this one, so let's proceed. So this question has actually appeared in SSC Sub Inspector 2020-21 paper. Okay, so we have arrived at this equation, right? Let's find out the second equation from this part of the word problem. The ratio of their ages of A and B will be 9:10. Okay, after 8 years. So x plus 8 by y plus 8 is equal to 9 by 10. So this implies that 10x plus 80 is equal to 9y plus 72. So this implies 10x minus 9y is equal to minus 8. This is the second equation. Okay, 10x minus 9y is equal to minus 8. So the first equation was 5x minus 4y. So 5x minus 4y is equal to 7. Let's multiply 2 with it. Okay, let's multiply minus 2 with it. So it will be 10x minus 9y equal to minus 8. And this will be minus 10x plus 8y is equal to minus 14. Okay, adding these two, what we are left with is minus y is equal to minus 22. So this implies that y is equal to 22. 10x minus 9y is equal to minus 8. Okay, so if y is equal to 22, this implies that x is will be 19. Okay, so this implies that x plus y is equal to nothing but 41. So 41 will be the correct answer. So 41 here given is correct answer. These are all wrong. Okay, so this question seems a bit tricky, but there is nothing. What you need to do is you need to break this problem into two parts. Okay, the first word problem up to this, the first part, and the second part from this to this. Then there is actually nothing to solve here. Okay, the evaluation becomes very easy. So the main thing is breaking the word problem into sub word problems so that you could individually calculate their algebraic equations, and then you get a system of linear equation, and what you do is you just solve it to find the conclusion that the answer is this or this. Okay, so let's go further to problem number 4. So problem number 4 tells us that A, B and C started a business by investing 13,750. Okay, they invested this much and this much, that is 16,250 and 18,750 respectively. So if B share in the total profit earned by them is 5,200, then what is the total profit earned by them together? Okay, so this question has been asked in SSC Sub Inspector 2020-21 paper. So let's see which among these four is the correct answer, right? Is it 16,600? Okay, so let's see. So for A, 13,750. So 11 is to 13 is to 15. As B is equal to 16,250 and 18,750. So total profit will be 5,200 by 13 into 39. So it will be 15,600. Okay. So 15,600 is the correct option. So this is incorrect, incorrect, incorrect. The only correct option is this. So let's see problem number 5. So if S is 20% more than T and T is 10% less than U, what is the ratio of S is to U? So S is 20% more than T. So what we are given here is a word problem. Okay. So let's break it down as we have previously discussed. It is best to break down a word problem into sub-word problems. So let's get the first part. Okay. First part. So S is 20% more than T. So this implies that what? S is equal to T plus 20% of T, that is equal to T plus 0.2T is equal to 1.2T. So this implies that S by T is equal to 12 by 10, right? So this is the first ratio that we got from the first sub-word problem, that is the first word problem. So the next part tells us that T is 10% less than U. So T is equal to basically U minus 0.1 U, which is equal to 0.9 U. Okay, so this implies that T by U is equal to nothing but 9 by 10. So S by T into T by U is equal to what? S by U is equal to 12 by 10 into 9 by 10. This is equal to 108 by 100. Okay, 54, 50, 25, 27. So 27 is to 25 is the correct option. Okay, so S is to T is to U is equal to 108 is to 90 is to 100. So S is to U is 108 is to 100. So that is 27 is to 25. Okay. So let's see problem number 6. So what number must be subtracted from each of the numbers 55, 23, 43, 19 so that the new values are in proportion? Okay. So what number must be subtracted from each of the numbers 55, 23, 43 and 19 so that the new values are in proportion? Okay. So let's see, is it 9, 7, 11 or 5? So SSC MTS 2021-22 previous year question. Okay. So basically 55 minus x by 23 minus x is equal to 43 minus x is equal to 19 minus x. Okay. Now what we do is we use componendo dividendo. Okay. So this will become 55 minus x plus 23 minus x whole by 55 minus x minus 23 plus x. So it will be equal to something like 78 minus 2x is equal to 62 minus 2x. Okay. And by 4 and 3 respectively in the LHS and RHS part. So 234 minus 6x. Okay. So 234 minus 6x is equal to 48 minus 8x. So this implies that what? 8x, so minus 2x is equal to minus 14. So this implies that x is equal to 7. So x is equal to 7 is the correct answer. So if we subtract 7 from all these numbers, then these values are in proportion. 7 is the correct answer. So let's see problem number 7. So a person had some coins, that is 10 rupee, 5 rupees and 2 rupee denomination. So the ratio of the products of the numbers 10 and 5 coins and the numbers 5 and 2 coins and the numbers 2 and 10 coins is 3 is to 4 is to 2 respectively. Okay, so the ratio of the products of numbers. Okay, so product of number 10 into 5 is equal to what? 50 and the numbers 5 into 2 is equal to 10 and the numbers 2 into 10 is equal to what? 20 respectively is 5, 3 is to 4 is to 2 respectively. So what could be the minimum amount of money this person has? So this question has been also asked in MTS 2021-2022 paper SSC. So let coins of 10 rupees is equal to x, coin of 5 rupees is equal to y, coin of 2 rupees is equal to z. Let. So the ratio of products xy is to yz is to zx is equal to 3 is to 4 is to 2, right? So xy by yz is to yz by zx is to zx by xy. So cancelling y from here, cancelling z from here, and cancelling x from here, what we are left with is 3 by 4 is to 4 by 2 is to 2 by 3. So x is to y is to z will be 2 is to 4 is to 4, 3 is to 3 is to t. So 6 is to 12 is to 8. Okay. So dividing by 2, what we are left with is 3 is to 6 is to 4. That is a simple ratio. So the minimum amount of money this person has is 10 into 3 plus 5 into 6 plus 2 into 4. That is equal to 68 rupees. So let's see problem number 8. So 5 kgs of 18 rupees per kilo wheat is mixed with 2 kg of another type of wheat to get a mixture of costing 20 rupees per kg. So find the price per kg of the costlier wheat. Okay, so is it 25, 29, 27 or 30? Okay, this question has been asked in SSC CHSL 2021-22 paper. So let the cost of another type of wheat be x. Okay, this is how we proceed for this kind of word problem. If something is asked there, let that number be x. Okay, so according to question, what cost of 5 kg wheat is equal to 18, so per kilo what it will be is 5 into 18 is equal to 90, right? So cost of 2 kilo wheat is 2x. If cost of 1 kilo wheat is x, okay, so total weight of wheat is 7 kilo. So cost of 7 kilo at the rate of 20 is 140. So 90 plus 2x is equal to 140. So 2x is equal to 50. X is equal to 25. So x is equal to 25 is the answer. So this will be the correct answer. These are all wrong answers here. 30, 29, 27. Okay. So problem number 9. So a sum of money is to be divided among P, Q, R in the ratio 7 is to 9 is to 4. If P gets 1500 more than R, then find the difference between the shares of P and Q. Okay, 900, 500, 1000 and 1500. Let's see. This question has been asked in SSC CHSL 2023. So the sum of money is divided among P, Q and R in the ratio 7, 9, 4. So what? If x is the common factor, 7x plus 9x plus 4x. According to the question, P gets 1500 more than R. So 7x minus 4x is equal to 1500. So 3x is equal to 1500. So from which x is equal to 500, right? So a sum of money is to be divided. Okay. So now the difference between the shares of P and Q. Okay, shares of P and shares of Q. So difference will be 9x minus 7x is equal to 2x. So 2x into, so x is equal to 500. 2x is equal to 1000. So the difference between the shares of P and Q is 1000. So let's see problem number 10. The ratio of the monthly income of A and B is 11 is to 13 and the ratio of their expenditure is 9 is to 11. If both of them manage to save 4000 per month, then find the difference in their incomes. Okay, is it 2500, 3200, 4000 or 3000? So income of A is equal to 11, income of B is equal to 13 if we are given in ratios. Expenditure is 9 is to 11, savings is 1 is to 1 respectively for A and B. So difference in income is equal to 4000 by 2 into 2 is equal to 4000. Correct answer. These are all wrong. So let's see problem number 11. So the mean proportion of 169144 is, mean proportion of two numbers is equal to square root of A into B. So 169 into 144 is equal to what? 156. Okay, this is the answer. So the ratio of the number of boys and girls in a school is 3 is to 4. So if the number of boys increased by 10% and the number of girls increased by 15%, then the number of boys and the girls are in ratio. Okay. So this question has been asked in SSC Sub Inspector 2022 paper. So let the total number of boys and girls be 70. So number of boys is equal to 30, number of girls is equal to 40. The number of boys increased by 10%. Okay, so 30 plus 30 into 10 by 100 is equal to what? 33. So number of girls increased by 15%. So 40 plus 40 into 15 whole by 100 is equal to 46. So required ratio is 33 is to 46. So let's see problem number 13. So given that P is to Q is equal to 4 is to 5 and Q is to R is equal to 3 is to 4. So R is to S is equal to, if 2 is to 5, then what is the ratio of P is to S. Okay, this question has been appeared in SSC Sub Inspector 2022 paper. Okay, so is it 6 is to 25? Is it 25 is to 6, 5 is to 2, or 2 is to 5? So let's go forward and see which one among these four is the correct one. So given that P is to Q is equal to 4 is to 5, Q is to R is equal to 3 is to 4, and R is to S is equal to 2 is to 5. So P by Q equal to 4 by 5, Q by R equal to 3 by 4, R by S is equal to 2 by 5. So multiplying these three, so compounding these three, what we can arrive at is 4 by 5 into 3 by 4 into 2 by 5, right? So this is nothing but 4 cancels here out. So 6 by 25, right? So 6 by 25 is the correct answer. If we go like this, we'll also arrive at this answer. So 6 is to 25 is the correct option. These are all wrong options. Okay. So let's see problem number 14. So four numbers are in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 5. So 2 times their sum is 44. Okay. 2 times their sum is 44. So find the ratio in the numbers obtained by subtracting 3 from the cube of each number. So let's see, this question has been appeared in SSC Sub Inspector 2022 paper. So let the ratio be x. So the four numbers will be x, 2x, 3x and 5x, right? So according to the question, 2 into x plus 2x plus 3x plus 5x is equal to 44 given. So x is equal to what? 44 by 22 is equal to 2. So numbers are 2, 4, 6, 10. So cube of each number is equal to 8, 64, 216 and 1000. So when 3 is subtracted from each number, then the ratio will be 8 minus 3, 64 minus 3, 216 minus 3, 1000 minus 3, right? So 5 is to 16 and 213 is to 997. So the cost of two varieties of tea is 300 and 375 respectively. So if both the varieties of tea are mixed together in the ratio 3 is to 2, then what should be the price of the mixed variety of tea per kg? So this question has been appeared in SSC Sub Inspector 2022 paper. Okay, so let's see whether 340 is the answer, 330 is the answer, 360 or 350. Okay, since price of mixed variety of tea per kg will be what? 3 into 300 plus 2 into 375 by 3 plus 2, because their addition will be 5 kg. So this will be equal to 1650 by 5, that is 330. So 330 is the correct answer. All the other options are incorrect. So let's see problem number 16. So if A, B and C divide a certain sum of money among themselves, then the average of amounts with them is 4520. So share of A is 10 whole and 2 by 3rd% more than share of B, and 33 whole and 1 by 3rd% less than the share of C. So what is the share of B? This question has appeared in SSC CGL 2022, 2020 and 2021. So option A say 3500, B say 3600, C say 39 and 82, and option D says 5976. So average of the amount will be 4520. So total amount is 4520 into 3. So 13560. So A is equal to B plus 32 by 3% of B, that is 33 by 75B. So A is equal to actually also C minus 100 by 3% of C, that is equal to 2 by 3C. So from the total sum, A plus B plus C is equal to 13560. 83 by 75B plus B plus 3 by 2 into 83 by 75B. 13560. Okay. So 83B plus 75B is plus 124.5B is equal to this much. Okay. Because ABC added equal to 13560. So 282.5B is equal to what? 10,17,000. So B is equal to 10,17,000 by 282.5, that is nothing but 3600. So 3600 is the correct answer. These are all incorrect answers. 39, 82, 3500. Okay. Let's see problem number 17. So Atul purchased a bread consisting 20 and gave 100 rupee note to the shopkeeper. Okay. He bought a bread costing 20 rupees only and gave a 100 rupee note to the shopkeeper. So the shopkeeper, in order to balance the money, he gave in return coins of denomination 2, 5 and 10. If these coins are in the ratio 5:4:1, then how many 5 rupee coins are there that the shopkeeper will give him? This question has also been appeared in 2020 and 21 SSC CGL paper. Okay, so balance money is equal to what? 80 rupees. So ratio of 2, 5 and 10 coins is equal to 5:4:1. So this is nothing but 10x is equal to 80. X is equal to 8. Okay. So total amount is equal to 40 according to the question. If 40 represents 80, 1 represents 2, then number of 5 rupee coin is equal to 2:4 is equal to 8. So let's see problem number 18. So two numbers A and B are in the ratio 13:17. If A is increased by 15% and B is increased by 30%, then the new ratio of A and B will be what, 23.33 or 23.34 or 21.29. Let's see. So according to the question, 13 plus 13 into 15 whole by 100 by 17 plus 17 into 30 by whole by 100 is equal to what? 1300 plus 195 by 100. 1700 plus 2510 whole by 100. So 1495 whole by 2210 is equal to 23 by 20, 34. Okay, so 34 is the correct answer. These are all wrong. So let's see problem number 18. In an examination, the ratio of the number of candidates who passed to those who failed was 5:2. So if the number of failed candidates had been 14 more, then the ratio of the numbers passed candidates who failed would be 4:3. So the number of candidates who appeared in the examination was how much? So let passed be 5x and failed be 2x. So 5x minus 14 whole by 2x plus 14 is equal to 4:3. This implies that x is equal to 14, right? So number of candidates appeared is 7x is equal to 98. Okay. Let's see problem number 19. So the prize money of 1800 is divided among 3 students. Okay. A, B, C. And in such a way that 4 times the share of A is equal to 6 times the share of B, which is equal to 3 times the share of C. This question has appeared in SSC CGL first sitting 2013. Okay. So 4A is equal to 6B implies 2A minus 2A is equal to 3B implies A is to B is equal to 3:2. So 6B is equal to 3C minus 22B, right? This is 3C minus 2B. This implies C is equal to B plus C is equal to 1 plus 2. So ABC ratio will be what? 3:2:1. So 3 by 3 plus 2 plus 4 into 1800 is equal to 3 by 9 into 1800 is equal to 600. So this will be 200, right? Is equal to 600 is the correct answer. So that's all for now. Thank you.